As my mom would probably say, inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Or what do the kids say? Too much information?
TMI.
TMI. Too much information. So, what we're going to talk about here? So we talked about the guy with the toupee. And, we're talking about Trump. He's a racist.
Yeah. It's pretty much plain and simple. When you tell someone to go back to your country,
he's a racist.
They're from here.
Yeah,
they're from the U.S.
It's so it was the thing when it was on TV and everybody was, and then the next morning it was on the news after he said it, and then he said that he saw those the squad, as they call the four girls, the squad. They said go back to your country, but then the next day it was all over the newspapers. Every newspaper said the president is a racist, he's a bigot, yada yada. It was on every newspaper, on the cover of almost every major newspaper in the United States of America, from one end of the country to the other. But everybody is reporting it on the news as if we have not known this all along. We know that he is a racist. You know, his whole history has involved racism. Look at the birther movement that he did with Obama, and before that, when he accused those men in the park of raping that woman, and all those men ended up serving time, and none of them were involved. Even after the evidence proved them innocent, Trump kept saying that they were guilty. So his family has had problems with racial issues since the 70s.
Oh yeah.
And his father was also, in the Ku Klux Klan. A lot of people don't. Trump's father was in the Ku Klux Klan. A lot of people don't know that. So I mean, this is something that he's been raised in. So to call Trump a racist is not like, oh my God, I can't believe we're calling the president a racist. That's something we all know. What we need to do is stop worrying about. It's one of the reasons why I don't talk about him that much anymore on the show, because I've gotten to the point in the show that we know what we have to do. Everybody that's watching right now knows Trump is not a good man. We know that he doesn't like the gay people. We know that he's a compulsive liar. We know all of this. We know he's a racist, yada, 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 yada. We could be here all afternoon, and we already can keep going, yes, I know, I've heard it all before. What you need to know is just one thing. Vote. That's it. That's really all you need to know. You need to, once we pick our candidate, whoever that person is, man, woman, or cartoon, it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, whoever the candidate is, we're going to get behind that person and we're going to try to get him out of office. That's all that we can do, because if he stays another 4 years, we have some really, I think if he stays another 4 years, there is no doubt in my mind that marriage equality and Roe versus Wade will be overturned.
Yeah, I think so.
I think marriage equality, because I think it's just a matter of time. He's done with the trans people. He's done all he can to them. He's cut them off from the military. He's removing trans people's benefits from. One of the ways that he gets us to is the religious law that he passed, where it says that a doctor, under religious reasons, can turn a person away. For basically, he's not talking about someone like you, because you, as a gay man, you can put on your straight persona and go into a hospital and pass. He's doing that specifically for trans men and women who would have to reveal their gender while they're in the hospital to get medical treatment. So there's a good possibility that I could go to a hospital, need serious medical care, and the doctor that's treating me can decide, well, I can't treat you for religious reasons. And that is absolutely horrifying. So he's done mostly what he can do to trans people already. But he's going to move on to other people. I always say that. Gay men, when all this trans stuff was going on, I had a lot of gay guys that are in my life. They acted very like, well,
Yeah.
It is what it is. Buddy, you're up to bat. If you think that they're just done with me and that you're not going to be affected, you're crazy.
Right.
Because once the person next to me loses his rights, it's just a matter of time before I lose mine too. See, that's just how it works. They're just working section by section. The only people that are safe here really are white, heterosexual people. If you're white and you're heterosexual, in this administration you're safe. Everybody else, if you're Latino, if you're black, if you're gay, If you're transgender, definitely. You know, we're being bombarded with all kinds of craziness that...
Yeah. You're just going to be questioned about who you are.
You know, because I know a lot of people, like when the military band came in, you know, I had gay guys say, well, you know, it is what it is, you know, what can we do? Nobody seems to know what to do, you know.
Yeah.
And what we can do is we can vote.
Exactly.
That we can do,
so,
you know.
Yeah, we just need to do something about him, and then that's the only reason to do.
He's scary, but when people say on the TV now that he's racist, but that's not, you know, the Muslim ban. Wasn't the Muslim ban racist? I mean, wasn't that, or was it because it was Muslim, so it wasn't that big of a deal because, well, I'm a Christian, so it wasn't really affecting me. I saw the Muslim ban as one step closer to coming for me. Because I thought to myself, when he went after the Muslims, when he first got into office, I said, well, when he's done with them, who's next? Because there's always a next. Remember that.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. There's always somebody else. It could be, they could ban us from this, or, you know, little by little, they're banning the different things. So there is a next. And there was a next. Mexicans have gotten involved now. You notice that there's a lot of people that are here illegally from Europe.
Right.
But he's not going after Europeans. He's specifically going after brown people. The man is racist. And he, you know, and that's not a secret. And he doesn't hide it. You know, he said the other day, somebody asked him in front of the White House lawn, they said, well, you, don't you feel bad about the racist comments that you've made? And he said, his response was, no, I don't, because there's a lot of people that support me on it. That was his response.
Yeah.
It was almost like he said, yeah, I'm racist, and I know it. But he's right. Here's the thing. There's about 40% of the population that is behind Trump. 100%. There's 40% of the population that is not behind him.
Right.
So we're split down the middle. It's that 20% that's going to decide whether he stays in office or not. Now, the last time that 20% sided with him.
Yeah.
That's what I call the swing voter. They go either way. That 20% last time sided with him. And let me say, not in huge numbers. He won the state of Florida. Do you know by how many people? 100,000.
Wow.
That's not a lot of people.
No.
So if 100,000 people would have voted against him more, we could have got this.
Right.
But he could have lost the state of Florida. So he didn't win by a landslide.
Yeah,
he didn't win. No, he did not win. He didn't win on what I call an Obama win, because Obama would win, but especially the first time. Obama won the first time with a landslide.
Right.
It was tighter the second time, but he still won with a landslide the first time. So, yeah, we just need to vote. That's it, folks.
Yeah.
We just need to vote.
Yeah.
Stay away from the wasp spray. Stay away from the meth gators. Don't go to Area 51.
And don't do drugs.
And don't do drugs. That's it.
Yeah.
And the president is a racist, and we already know that. I was going to do a story about a homeless man, but I cannot do it today because I don't have the time. Because this guy here, he has a letter to read to you. No, not a letter. It's not a letter, but there's a lot going on. It's our entertainment section coming up now, so I don't want to spend it on. But we had a lot to talk about today, and I'm kind of glad it was fun. I liked what we talked about. It was a crazy show, but. So we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we're going to do the Emmys, and I'm going to tell you the movie that I saw that I really liked a lot. It's really good, and you should definitely go see it. So this commercial break is brought to you in part by Dr. Kush K. Patel of Largo, specializing in general practice and internal medicine. Dr. Kush Patel of Largo. You know they're LGBTQ friendly when you can see them on rainbow411.com, your source for businesses, articles, and events. When we get back from the break, we're going to do the Emmys. A lot of Emmy nominations.
Well, yep. And then your movie review?
Yeah, the movie Crawl.
Crawl.
I think there was some meth gator. I think there was some meth gators in that movie. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
GSH Radio, the Tampa Bay in Central Florida Weekly 411. On the town and in the streets.
Did you know that of the 1.3 million homeless kids in the U.S., 20% are part of the GLBT community, thrown out of their homes by families who don't accept who they are? These and the other forgotten homeless youth have a hard time staying in school. And without this education, they'll likely spend a lifetime struggling in poverty. YouthLift is a non-profit organization that offers tutoring, mentoring, and other resources to help these kids stay in school. To make a difference in their lives, please visit youthlift.org to volunteer or to help donate.
The Hope and Help Center envisions a world without AIDS. Achieved through our mission to save lives by treating and preventing the spread of HIV/AIDS in the Central Florida community. We have been providing prevention education, care, and services to our neighbors in need for more than 23 years. Get a free test and know your status. Are you positive you're negative? Call 407-645-2577 or visit us at www.hopeandhelp.org.
GSH Radio, the Tampa Bay and Central Florida Weekly 411. On the town and in the streets.
Oh, okay.
Consulting
We're on.
producer, yeah.
We're
All right, we're
on.
back on the air.
Yes.
All right.
Hi.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Aaron. I like
And
Aaron.
both Aarons.
I know. And David. Let me see who else. Mustafa's still on.
Nico.
Michael Wilson says, "Vote, yes, vote, vote, vote.
Vote,
Don't boo." Like Obama used to say, "Don't boo, don't
Vote.
complain,
Vote.
just vote." That's it. So,
Yes, I would do your movie review. Yes,
you
because
want
I'm
to do the movie
interested.
review first?
Yeah.
I saw Crawl.
Crawl.
I loved it.
No, I guess they meant the
Michael didn't like it
alligator
that
in that. I was going to say, because he's not a fan of scary movies. Did he stay the whole entire
He
time?
didn't think it was as scary as I thought it was scary.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought the alligators looked very real, and I thought that the set of how they did, the story, how it looked very real to me.
Yeah. And
So-
you know, one of the directors was Sam Raimi. He
Very
did the-
good, very good special effects. Hurricane was very real. A lot of wind, a lot of water, but it's a good. If you want a good, I enjoyed it. I did like it.
I wanted to go see it, but I probably will sometime. I wanted to go see it today, but probably tomorrow.
It's a survivor story, you know.
It
You
is.
should, yeah.
Yeah, I don't spoil it for me because I was going to ask, did she survive? No, I don't. I don't want
It's a
to.
survivor story, but it's just rough. It's not easy. It's a rough, but oof.
Yeah, and you had said before we started the show, if you don't like stress, don't watch the
Yeah,
movie.
I thought it was very stressful, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen or where they're at, you know. But I learned a lot about alligators, about how they don't have really good eyesight.
Yeah,
So if you don't move in the water, there's a real good chance they won't bother you. They'll swim
Right.
right past you.
yeah,
But you just can't move. You got to be But it's so hard. You know, your natural reaction when you see an alligator is run.
right.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to be eaten or bitten.
Yeah. So oh god. So
Oh,
anyway,
man.
go ahead. The Emmys.
Well, yes, the Emmys. So instead of going through everything piece by
There's too
piece,
many.
yeah, we'll just give you some numbers, okay? So by network, HBO leads with 137 nominations.
That's good.
So yes,
And how many did Game of Thrones get?
Game of Thrones, out of those 137, they got 32.
Wow.
And that leads the nominations per shows, too.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing.
Coming in second, not even a close second.
Oh, by the way, the Veep
Yeah.
got nominated.
And
Now,
this
if
is her
she
last.
gets this is her last season. If she gets if she wins this nomination, she will have more Emmys than any person in history.
Yes, 7. It's her 7th nomination.
Yeah, she'll beat Cloris Leachman, who currently is the leader.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay, I
actress
didn't know
Cloris
that.
Leachman. Yes,
Yeah,
So-
and that's on HBO or is it on Showtime?
that's on HBO. The
Okay.
Veep. Yes.
All
Never
right.
seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
No,
But if it's as good as they say it
Yeah,
is,
it
it's,
gets great. It gets great reviews.
Second network is Netflix Not even a close second, because it's 137 with HBO. Netflix has 117, and leading for that is actually a short miniseries